This is the third of 3 videos introducing the WISP tool available at HeyWhatsThat.com. Let's look a bit more closely at the left of the page. The tower list is divided between towers that are in range for the customer and those that are out of range. You specify a tower's range under the Towers tab, and they're sorted by distance within each section. When you hover over a tower's name, you'll see its details, and when you hover over the results, you'll see the bearing, altitude, and distance from the customer to the tower, and the fraction of the Fresnel zone that is clear. Clicking on a tower on the list or on the map opens an info bubble with the same information, and the same information appears on the profile charts. Below the list, we have buttons to move you back and forth between locations. In other words, you can easily return to a location you've clicked before. And a button to bring up Google Street View at the current location to help you in finding customer's house. The Get From Server and Send buttons are a way to send locations between users of your account, but we can also do more integration for you. We have several other APIs that you may be able to use to talk to your existing systems. For example, some of our clients display profiles and viewsheds in their own management systems, or send a path quality query from their back end to our servers so they can answer customers' online requests. This box is for searching for addresses. The free account has access to a few geocoders, and subscribers have access to a few more. Enter an address. You'll see where it's located. In this case, TeleAtlas located that address here, and Yahoo over here. The elevation above ground box is for specifying the height of the customer's antenna. If I change it from 20 feet to 50 feet, you'll see that we now have line of sight to Frohawk Mountain. The elevation is also used on viewsheds. So if I increase the height, you'll see there's more coverage when we assume 500-foot towers at customer sites than when we assume 50. It's also used in the profiles. The profile frequency radio buttons let you change the frequency used for the Fresnel zone. You can also enter your own frequency. Note that it's in megahertz, not gigahertz. The frequency doesn't affect line of sight. Line of sight requires 50% of the zone be clear at any frequency, but it does expand or contract the ellipse. I'll mention here that we're using only the first Fresnel zone, and in particular line of sight, for a lot of our predictions. You may find you want better than line of sight for your customers. There's a microwave industry rule of thumb that wants 80% of the Fresnel zone clear for permanent installations. While some engineers will say, as a practical matter, Fresnel zone or line of sight is all you need. There are also more sophisticated RF models, particularly for lower frequencies. And while someday we may implement other models, today it's just line of sight, you'll have to try the system yourself to see how well its predictions work for you. On the Settings tab, there are quite a few options. Some are obvious, like metric or English units. Others are more subtle. You can try any of them without harming anything. When you change a setting, a cookie on your machine gets updated immediately, so the setting will be retained next time you come to the site. If you're logged into an account and you know the administrator password, you can upload your current settings to become the defaults for the account. So, for example, if your organization uses metric units, you set it on your own machine, you hit Set as Defaults, enter the administrator password, and these settings just became the default for your entire account. That means that the first time someone logs into your account, or any time they log in and hit Reset to Defaults, they'll now see metric. Well, that's the end of the tour. You can use the help and sign up links at the top of the page to find out more, and please drop us a line at info@HeyWhatsThat.com for more information. And thank you for your time.